Hi, I'm Shannon and I'm a voice teacher with TakeLessons.com. Today we're going to expand on the concept of ear training by talking about intervals. An interval is just the space between two notes. So the notes can be played together like this. That's considered an interval. Or the notes can be played in succession separately like this, which is how we're going to learn them. They're very important for singers to be able to hear very confidently because we don't have keys or strings to press. We only have our ears. So if we know exactly where we're going just by the feel or the sound of it, we're going to be good. First, you should know that we can refer to these intervals by using solfege, so do, mi, or do, sol. Or we can use the position in the scale. So a second would be do, re, because re is the second note in the scale. Mi is the third note, so do to mi is also called a third. So the first way I can start to think about intervals is just by skipping over certain notes. So obviously do, re, which is referred to as a second, it's pretty easy, right? Because it's just the first two notes in the scale. But once we start getting to do, mi, do, fa, do, sol, and above, it gets a little bit more difficult, right? Because we're skipping over certain notes. So we have to be very confident in which notes we're skipping over and what those notes sound like. So do, mi, we're skipping over re. So I could think in my head, do, re, mi, and think about what that sounds like. So we're really going for a feeling of where re is compared to do. And that's what all of these are. They're where the note is relative to do. Do. So let's try do sol. Do sol. So I'm thinking do, re, mi, fa, sol. Right? So I'm just thinking about what re, mi, and fa sound like in my head and then skipping to sol. The second way that we can think about learning intervals, and this is a little bit easier, is by incorporating songs. So some songs, very famous songs, start with an interval, or the most famous part of the song has an interval in it. So let's do a second. We're going to use a very common song that actually recently entered public domain, which is a little bit of a copyright term. A major second is actually in the first couple of notes of Happy Birthday. Have a listen and you can try to memorize do to re just by hearing this song. Happy birthday, do, do, re, do. So there you go, that's a second. And if you ever have to think about what a second sounds like, just refer to Happy Birthday. Do, do, re, do. And then our last one that we're gonna do here is do to sol, another really famous song, one that everybody knows. Twinkle, twinkle, do, do, sol, sol. So yeah, that's pretty easy. That's a really good way to memorize intervals, especially in the beginning of your ear training process. I definitely challenge you to listen to the songs that you love and try to get some interval references in there. So if you've got a song on the radio that you really like, try to see if you can hear those intervals in there and get them in your ear even more solidly. Thanks for watching this video and stay tuned for more.